think we're good. Camera was not cooperating. What's up, Indy? How's it going? Audio coming through okay? There we go. That way I can see. Ooh, all right. What's up there, on? How's it going? I had to restart the camera real quick. It was not cooperating. How's everyone going? Or how's it going, everybody? Indy, what's up? Sweet. Yeah, so been a little behind on getting some of the other videos done. I've just been knocking out a few other things around the house, whatnot, and I've also working on getting a new computer setup going. So then maybe I can start making some actual decent quality videos and some good editing stuff like that. Maybe, just maybe. And I've just been doing a little bit of stuff here and there on the comp rigs. We did get a new build done, at least. Show it here just a second. And also getting parts ordered for my class 3 because I broke it last weekend before last. There we go. So getting a new rear portal, AR45 portal steering axle for the class 3. I had ordered an axle and I wasn't paying attention. I just hopped on AR45 portal, boom, boom, and I accidentally ordered a rear axle housing. And that's not going to work because I need a front axle. But got it ordered, an extra front capra, axle 2, starting to acquire parts for rebuilding or changes for after nationals. Nationals will probably be the class 1's last ride. It will get a complete overhaul. Even just pick up just a new chassis and start over, get it all done, and go from there. Indy managed to get the C1 done. Came out pretty sweet. To say so myself, Chewbacca's driving, Han's riding shotgun. Nice. Always good combo there. Just been out getting some the little cash comp runs in as much as we can. I've been trying to at least get video every weekend out there running. We do have a comp this Saturday. Lots of us were headed down to OKC for a comp with the Extreme Oklahoma Crawlers. So super excited to get down there, get some comp action, and see everybody. It's been a while since I've seen lots of those guys since last comp here or at like the Team Garage Hack event. So be good to see those guys again. Always the great group of guys and everything else like that, and have a good time. Hold on there, on. Putting new wheels on the Class 1. Or new tires, not wheels. Putting the old Hyrax on the Class 1. Despite how I dislike Hyrax here locally and how they perform, elsewhere the Hyrax is and has been a solid tire for just about any and all terrain. But I'm just, again, seeing what tires and stuff like that do good. So I'm going to have, just for like Class 2, Class 1 as well, I'll have multiple sets of tires to test with and see what I'm feeling there. But overall, and I'm actually kind of liking these. These fit pretty good. The landmines, just a touch, touch tall and a touch wide there. So I was having some clearance issues as well. And on just the dry rock, the landmines do really good. But on other stuff, not so much. So just trying these on there. So no better way to try new tires and one last run on a build before Nationals than do a comp and then put them on the shelf. Because after this weekend, so any running footage from this weekend will be the last running footage of Class 1, 2, and 3 until Nationals. They will be done. They will go on the shelf. The only reason I see them coming off getting powered on is if something just happens and I have to try something. But other than that, I'll obviously try the power up to C3 a little bit just after I get the new axle on, just to make sure everything's all good there. I do need to change out a motor still in Class 1 before Nationals. I need to get an Axis 1600 kV ordered for it because I had some binding issues last weekend, and I smoked a motor. Actually, could have got a lot worse, but luckily it was just the motor. So binding issues and everything else are all taken care of. I had an issue. I wasn't paying attention when I was bolting down the hubs, and I was actually locking the axle up. So that's taken care of, but we'll get a new motor going. F10s on C1, custom RC crawler. Obviously, it can be done. Both Harley and Matt, both their Class 1s, have the F10s under them. They are a wider axle, so definitely going to have to get that tire coverage in from wheel offset, stuff like that. Team Garage Hack wheels, maybe some super shafty wheels is going to give you your clearance there, but even the Team Garage Hack wheels with these hubs that come with them, you will have to do some modifications to the F10s. Indy, what wheels do you have on yours? Because yes, they are a wider stance axle there. Now, if you run like a 2.2 wheel and stretch the 1.9 over that will clear your portal. So that's an option too. There are lots of guys that run 2.2s on Class 1 to clear all that stuff. Fiber, I'm need to get a set of those F10s ordered myself. I see a build coming with those. Don't know where, but maybe Class 2, because Class 3 is going to go wider. Class 3 will become a true 2.2 Class 3 after Nationals, so we're going to be doing some work on there, and it's going to get a little wide for all my clearance and stuff like that. And probably I do need to order one or both of the bodies on the G-Speed site, the Samurai and the Jeep thing. I'm going to see how they fit in clearance and stuff like that. Some springs. but also do need to video for nationals, just kind of go over all the trucks, how they set, where they're at right now. So like I said, I burned a motor, so Class 1 is actually going to be brushed for this weekend. I haven't ran Class 1 brush in a very, very long time, so should be nice and fun. Oh, goodness. I also am waiting on a few more other things. That new Mamba Micro X2 ESC looks like it should be shipping here sometime soon. So I need to get some of those ordered, and then I'll be good to go. Start working on revamping electronics on a lot of stuff. That ESC will probably go in all three trucks, just for that 4S capability. It's gonna be really nice to get all of the servos. I know, but I told you why. I want to go close. I don't want you to take apart the truck. It'll be fine. I mean, I do have a Kratos chilling in my 6x6 too that that's not being driven or anything like that. So if I really wanted to, I could just take apart the 6x6. Run them V1, C1 to no. Yeah, it's just the F10 is just wide, so you just got to be careful with that one. So body, making sure you clear that, and right wheels and offsets. Theron KLR's back on C1 and C2. Indy swapped F10s to C2, running SSD offset pumpkins, front and rear Pro using narrow. The SSD Pro axles are that offset axle. They're a great Class 1 choice. I love those axles a lot. Turn aside on C1 or C2 because going trip here soon. Beach, South Carolina when I get back. And after all my comp season, I'll be changing the C2 up. Oh yeah, C2. I think the F10s will be a much more solid choice for C2 versus C1. So there. Okay. Tire coverage is good there. So, real quick, while we have it here on the table, we're going to go over, well, not going to go over, but I am going to fill out tech sheets for nationals. Andy, you don't have Facebook. They might be on RC Crawler or something if there is a Scale Nationals in there too, but Scale Nats did post up the scale point sheets, so I'm going to go ahead and get all of them filled out, just double check everything, and good to go. I actually do know them because I filled out tech sheets for comp this weekend just in case I needed them. So running the Cross RC body. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a good body. Those Cross RC bodies do look really, really good there. Okay, so metal features, roll bar. We have sliders. We have a plastic roof rack, full hard body, drop bed, fenders, front and rear bumpers, and a stinger, chassis with servo, functioning transfer case, 2-seat custom interior, 2 points for that, and a knees up figure. Realistic non-functional items. I do have wipers. I got an axe. I have a fire extinguisher, And do have my license plate on here. We have a bedroll and first aid kit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, good. Sweet. Oh no. Steering wheel. I'll have to fix that. Yeah, same sheets. What, like the Scale National sheets? Yeah, same. There have been no major rule changes or anything like that as far as points, so all the tech sheets stay the same there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, set. Functional items. We do have a front winch. D-rings. We do have snatch block and a hitch and sand ladders. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Strap for 7. And do have a fair lead. 2, 3, 6, 8. Okay. So just Sean Gregory, wonder if anyone had experience with IERC bumpers, was going to get 2 3-inch ones that go for the Power Wagon, just hoping it would fit and look good on the Ecto. I don't have one on the Ecto, but I do have those bumpers, and IERC bumpers are very nice. This here, that is the 2-bar one right there with the Fairlead, super high quality, stuff like that. I just, they were on my comp rigs for a very long time, but I needed to squish everything in, get as much clearance as possible. So I ended up custom bumpers on everything there. But the IRC bumpers in general, super nice. Quality on them is great. I actually just ordered some shock towers from IRC and some other things. So definitely good stuff. I ordered plenty from IERC. Customer, so you can't wait to get the C1 comp ready on the front rear bumpers, interior, metal sliders, winch roof racks. It's getting there, still going. Scott, I see bumpers very nice. Yes, they are. Sean, awesome, made that purchase. Well, you know, it's one thing I'm good at is helping people spend money, because I'm also very good at spending money. Okay, so 5. So -21, -7, -9, 6, 3, -9, -6, -8. -60 points on the money for class 1. So Scale National sheet number 1, class 1, done. Set that there. Whoa. Now, class 2. Oh, I gotta fix that steering wheel. Whew. CK Hobby, how's it going? What's up? Thanks for tuning in. Indy, yep. IRC bumper. Yeah, I said I've used them for a very long time. Like I said, quality, price, everything's just spot on, and they come up with a bunch of cool stuff. Speaking of Ecto, I mean, if you're already looking at their bumpers, they just dropped a bunch of new stuff for the Ecto itself. Sliders that also have the metal support for the trailing arm there. shock towers, roof racks even, visors, bunch of stuff. So pretty cool. They always just seem to drop some really cool stuff. Custom RC crawler, yeah, you can always give it a go at making your own stuff. That is always super cool to be able to do that. As Ashram, good evening. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Okay, now class 2. Metal sliders, metal roof rack, full hard body, drop bed. I do have front inner fenders, bumpers, front, rear, and a stinger, so we're good for all of that. Chassis mounted servo, and a functioning transfer case. Full interior, custom made. So that, and then -2 for handmade custom interiors. No driver needed in there. Realistic, non-functional. So I got rotors on the wheels, all 4 of them. Let's see what else non-functional. I do have a license plate. Actually, I think that's actually all I need. Actually, let me see here. Okay, winch, 2 points for the winch. Let's see, I have D-rings. I have sand ladders. I do have a bungee. Let me just add that up real quick. 5, 15. So then -21 there, -7, -9, -6. Oops. This should be size 0, size 1. Let me double check. It's step below massive. I will just double check just to make sure. I got size number 1 on the carabiners is what I have right here. Okay, so 43 with that. So actually, I only need 7 more points. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're good. So -2, 2. Actually, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All right, and that puts that -50 for class 2. Indy, I need to find some different sliders for my C1. The CC Hands VS410 ones are wide. I just don't have the stuff to weld or braze a set. Now, if you don't like drilling, you don't have to. But honestly, what I pick up here, this is some 3/4 inch, just some flat aluminum plating. You can get it narrower, I think 1/2 inch. If your sliders aren't one piece from the body to the chassis, it does have to be 1/2 inch wide there. So this is just overkill. I just cut off my section that's from the front of the door to behind the cab, cut it off, and drill it straight to the body. It doesn't necessarily have to be pretty, it just has to do the job. Like that one is loose, so we'll tighten it. And we're good. So, just double check again. 21. -50, just like that. So I only need 2 non-functional items. And the reason, like, I do have extra like items in here, but on your tech sheet you write down what counts. So like right here, I do have extra non-functional items in here, or extra functional items, but I went with like the rotors on the wheels. Those aren't falling off during a run. My license plate is bolted on. It is not falling off during a run, because if an item I have written down falls off, that does make the truck not legal. So at that point, like say I were to have my toe strap as a listed functional item, and that toe strap falls off during the run, time stops, and I have to decide to take a touch or on-course repair penalty, put it back on there, or lose the points, lose those scale points for that run. Obviously, I would just lose my scale points for that run versus taking a touch, but it's there. It gives me leeway in case something else on the truck isn't quite right and I were to lose those points. I could simply I can go back through and re-add these other items if needed. And just same, they're on the functional. Obviously, my winch isn't going to fall off. My bungee is looped and attached and pinched down on it. The bungee is not coming off. My sand ladders are bolted on there. My D-rings are bolted on. They're not coming off during a run. So the rest of that we're good with. Same thing like if my driver were to fall out. Don't have a driver to worry about. So Class 2 scale national sheet is done. Flying Garcia, how's it going, man? Thanks for tuning in. Justin, how's it going? Looking all good and pretty with your bumpers. That's what I'm saying here. Just prep my Class 1, 2, and 3 for coming Sunday's events. Nice. I said, yeah, Saturday. We do have a comp there. I'm for sure doing Class 1 and 2. They added Class 3 last minute. They said if there's enough people, they'll do it. If there's not that much interest, they won't do a Class 3. My Class 3 is currently down. My axle I paid for shipping for my axle to be here Thursday or Friday. It is now not to be delivered until Saturday. So I could, no, I'm not running that. I could run the Wraith if I really wanted to, but 1 and 2, I'll be fine with that. Kiddo will run 2 and 3 if there is that, or he's actually going to start running some Class 1 action. So actually going through, we're going to get rid of his bomber and a couple other things and get him a Class 1 build going. Indeed, the body screws to the interior floor from the bottom of the cab, so that won't work. I've attempted to cut the wide part off the single bar. Okay, gotcha. Makes sense. Dark Horse, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, and like for nationals, I will have a spare body that I know is 100% legal and everything good. Said I was fixing parts on that, and I did have an extra cab here, and I decided, you know what, this is probably the last year for any gray or pushing limits as far as Sorka as far as Sorka goes. So I was like, I've always wanted to do just a really aggressive cut comp body for Class 2. Something I've never brought myself to really do. Like, I may put it on for fun, but I don't comp with it. So we did. We did some very aggressive cutting there. In the front, we're still within the rules there. We hacked the back off, just straight hack the back off. Tires do poke out past front and rear bumpers, and I'm still within the guidelines as far as overall length, bumper to bumper. We're still good there. We did some very aggressive cutting on the Hilux here. I accidentally cut too much off, so then I took styrene and added back to the body because I cut too much off. And then we did some aggressive both sides here, just some aluminum. Made sure everything was good. Make sure between lowest part here to the top here, that is no more than 1 inch, in 1 1/4 inch. So it is right there as far as legal goes. But took it out this weekend for a local cash comp, and it did great. So really excited to do a little more, get another run on it this weekend, and call it good. Class 2 may I was thinking about messing with the Class 2, but honestly, the Class 2 may be the one truck that remains unchanged. Custom RC, trying to decide on different body for C2 and C3. Lots of body options out there, especially with current rules and stuff like that. Also, depending on local and whatnot. I mean, Class 2 and 3, you can kind of step away from like the scale aspect, like the monster truck bodies and stuff as well. Those, you know, do fit pretty good and whatnot like that. Like here, this is the junior mortation body. It's a monster truck body, and it fits really well. So this may get maybe a new one before nationals. I may do another paint job. I kind of want to match 1, 2, and 3 with the same paint job. So I'm going to try to get another one of these bodies ordered and do some painting. But I mean, for the most part, and I mean, I could honestly probably drive the Class 3 this weekend. It's not super bad. Okay, I mean, it's cracked. It's broken. It's living on borrowed time. But I could probably make it work. As long as they don't go too crazy on the courses or anything like that. I'm building almost the same thing with the V3 chassis, except it's just a fun rig. Which chassis? So V1C1, and then both of these are V3 chassis. Speaking of, I can go ahead and do this tally sheet for right now. Actually, I do need to do this tally sheet. So, okay. So, and like getting all these filled out, like if you have comps or whatever and there are score sheets available, it is always super nice. Well, one, it's good for you to get them printed out and go over everything on your truck and have a copy ready to go. One, it helps save time at big events. It gets tech going much easier. So like we can look at it, go through. So if you're able to use the sheets you already filled out, they can go through and look at your truck, see what you have selected, and boom, move on. Or if you get there and they have specific color-coded sheets, you can simply just take the sheet you already filled out, take the new sheet, and just transfer everything over, and saves times and just keeps tech and everything else moving along. So Class 3. This one took work to get pointed, but we're good. Okay, so I do have metal sliders. I do have a metal roof rack. And we'll need to make inner fenders, so we'll make some of those here in a minute. Metal front rear bumpers and stinger. Okay, chassis mounted servo. Check. Functioning transfer case. Check. And 3D engine. Check. So that right there, those chassis mounted servo, transfer case, and an engine add up real quick. -13 for just those simple items. And that is one reason, yes, axle mounted servo, as far as performance and everything, is superior. But when points are involved, that chassis mounted servo is worth -5. And I'm not a good driver, so I need the points. Okay, so we have a full interior, 2 seats, handmade, and I do have a cargo area. And I have a torso driver. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, realistic, non-functioning. I do have rotors on all 4 wheels. Let's see here. We have a gas can. I do have exhaust. Have med kit. I do have a license plate on that one. I do have a fire extinguisher Okay, that is all 6 of my points for that. Okay. Exhaust, jerry can, disc brakes, license plate, station. Okay. Functional items. Okay, we have a front winch. I have D-rings. We do have a toe strap in here. Do have a bungee on the back there. Do actually have a hitch as well. Functional as it doesn't look, it is a hitch and works. And I do have sand ladders bolted to the top there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I do have a little snatch block right there. So all 8 there. So 48. So yes, I do need to make fenders, inner fenders for front and rear on class 3 here. I'm going to lose these somewhere. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Indy, got a set of purple B3 rails in last week. After Scale Nash, I'm looking to build a G-Shot rig. Think I'll run my creep cap only body. Nice. That look good. Those purple rails did come out pretty sweet. Did like them a lot. Dark Horse, I have the green rails coming Saturday for my G-Shot. And the green rails look great. The light hits just right, and they pop. That's the sad thing about inner fenders. I don't want to cover them, but actually, I recall it just has to cover. I don't think they actually have to be painted, so may have some clear Lexan inner fenders here before too long. Yeah, Indy, yeah, the green and the purple I think stand out and look the best in the light for sure. I have the orange one on the Kiddo's truck, and it does look, the light hits it just right too. Scott just got a set of and ATL Pro rails for my next build. Nice, that'll be a solid build. Those brazen bills are just rock solid. Dark Horse green power wagon body, Rockadile. I like it. Yeah, Juno. I like the Juno Mortation, and I do kind of change bodies a lot here and there, just because I do like to be a little different every once in a while. Well, apparently am out of clear Lexan, so we will go with foam inner fenders. Do I have two? I only have one sheet of green. Dang. Dang, I swear I had one piece of clear Lexan left. What did I use it on? Then I need to decide I'll pay for all 3 classes. Yeah, and I mean, like I said, this will. I didn't really plan on stuff coordinated. Then I started looking. I was like, you know what? I might as well just make everything match. So that's what we'll go with. Yeah, and the sunlight. That's what takes the sunlight is when these carbon fiber, the colored rails just really pop. I've still got to get the Phoenix body painted. I need to get another Phoenix body ordered now, since just the clear body only is available. I want to get one because I want to do another body on the Phoenix, but a kind of aggressive, bright colored body on it, just to play around. And it's nice to have extra bodies ready to rock and roll. I was going to do yellow on another Phoenix body, but we ended up going yellow on the GTR. It came in, it shipped, and I was super, super excited. Still not running yet, actually. Waiting to get the electronics back from Tekin. I had an ESC malfunction, and they're getting that fixed. Super, super excited for it to, hopefully everything gets back, because we have a No Prep Point Series Cash Days races here in April on like the 23rd. So I think we have 2 or 3 big events here local. So I definitely want to get everything in and get my best crash course in no prep drag racing as possible, because we are running. They're doing a 2.8 index, a 2.5 index, and an outlaw. So I plan to few more little upgrades there, get everything running. If not, I will get a whole new electronic system if I have to beforehand. The plan is to get 2 tunes going, 2.5 and an outlaw, and just kind of see where I'm at. If I've got the feel for going all out, I'll go all out. If not, I'm just going to dial it in and just see what I can do in an index class. The orange Method 10, oh, you said 101s, or 105s. 105, this is my favorite wheel, is still the 105. Mostly just because it matches my truck, and that's probably why I like it that much. I like to match the truck as best I can. Damn. I'm actually just really upset now that I can't find my last piece of Lexington. I specifically saved 1 sheet to make inner fenders on this truck. Got plenty of felt. Whatever. We'll just do a big white sheet. The frame rails in. Okay, so rear is basically just going to be this. Okay. That worked actually pretty easy. So anyone else, anything new and exciting, any new builds looking to get, or any new trucks in general looking to pick up or anything like that? Did see Tower has a flash axial sale going on. It's like, I am not a fan of the 10.3 RTR, but it was $140 off, and I was like, that's something again. Just because. Okay. And now, double-sided tape. Scott, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Whew. Yeah, just chasing down the last few points for the trucks as best I can. Other than that, nothing else really. I've just been trying to $100 off the 10. Ooh, it was the 10.3 kit as well. Man, I've had 2 10.3s, and I still just haven't liked them. Which sucks is because I want to like them because they does have a lot of good stuff going for it. Wasn't the there's something? Oh, wasn't one of the 24s on sale too? I think one of the 24s was on sale. Made it like $100 or just under $100. Thought about that because the kiddo keeps asking about a small crawler again. He likes the little 24 ones a lot. It's just never my thing. Buck Dandy, 2 more. Yeah, I know. It kind of snuck up on me. I am glad. My trucks were basically done. I'm just using the same trucks that I've been running. I truly can't fathom the amount of stress that I would have if I were having to build 3 new trucks for this, or just building new trucks in general on a set time frame. Maybe if I started like 6-7 months out, possibly. But I just, that is rough. I'm glad I did not build new trucks. Okay, so I think I can just cut this piece off. There, that'll work. Okay, inner fender 1 is done. Now, inner fender 2. Same thing. Whoa, hold on. Whoa, got missed up here. Dark Horse Garage. I'm building 2 V3 chassis rigs, one with portals, one with straight. Everything else is the same, just to see the difference. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of. I've had my V3 portal, I've had my V3 straight axle. I've had each of them, class 1, 2, and 3. Straight axle for a period of time, portal axle, class 1 straight axle, class 2 straight axle, class 3 straight axle front, portal axle rear. Really like this combo, and I'm hoping to keep this combo as I convert it wider. So capper axle and XR width axle are pretty close to the same width. So the plan will be a capper rear axle, so take it out a little bit wider there, and then I'm going to get one of the beef tubes widened AR44s for the front, and that way also helps keep my links and everything else like that. I don't have to change much of anything. Let me trim this out real quick and read. But as far as actual personal preference and stuff, I always just find myself I like straight axles better, but nonetheless I do enjoy building. So I do enjoy just building one different and going from there. For example, so I did pick up some AR45 portal axles. Actually, I 2 sets of them now. But the Class 1, I said this Nationals will be his last run. So after Nationals, it will go Air 45 portals. We'll probably stretch it back to a 12.3 wheelbase, probably run a Tundra body or custom body, and kind of go from there. Kind of see how everything pans out from that. And if I don't like it, I'll just go right back to straight axles. So not a big deal. So I enjoy building. That's part of it, is trying different things, seeing what works, and then going from there. Custom RC. I was thinking about doing F10s on my C2, but then I want to do another build on my Air 44s. And that's like, you can end up going through several builds. What? You're actually drinking out of a horn? I want to go. Wife is out with the girls tonight, so I'm building things, and then I'm watching Halo because it just came out on Paramount and I've got to watch it. I probably should wait for the kid to come over, but I also know I'll watch it twice, so not a big deal. Just like Indy right there said, Custom RC, you can never have too many rigs. Scott, do National swap East to West Coast every other year usually? From the gist of it's kind of how it seems. Whoever's willing to host it. It's got a lot of responsibility and stuff to go with it. I am helping with Nationals. They were needing help volunteering or anything like that. So obviously, I'm always willing to help out. So there's a lot of stuff involved, especially at this level of event, because obviously everything has to go right accordingly. But you still want it to be fun. It's just make sure all the rules, make sure everyone's on the same page, make sure everything flows well, stuff like that. So like I said, it's 100 cars per class basically. So 6-minute courses. If everything were to go completely smooth, one driver right after another, that's 10 hours. But we should be able to get it rolling, get everything going. So I'm excited. I'm also nervous, and I plan to hit lots of gates. I'm sure of it. Indy, shackles are functional points, correct? I believe so, yes. And they do truly function. Blank RC, I still need to get a hard body on my VS410 Origin Black. VS410 Origin. I want one of those. I said, if I had known what I knew now, new into RC, when I was seeing like the Vanquishes, VS410s, stuff like that, the Ripper was still a huge missed opportunity. I didn't know any better. I just was like, man, that's really expensive. I can get X amount of trucks for that. Now I just look back, I'm like, God, you're a dummy. I wanted to I should have got in on that Ripper from the start. Would have been so worth it, and I regret it every day. Dark Horse, I like straight axle and want to like portals, so I'm giving them another shot. And that's what it is. In certain areas too. Certain areas make the difference, depending on where you're at. Like, obviously portals and straight axles each, have their pros and cons. If you're in an area that benefits straight axles, obviously you're going to like the straight axles better, and that's what you're going to want to run. But also, the more you drive and stuff like that, your driving can accommodate for that, and you'll know how to drive your truck better in areas where it normally wouldn't do so good. Like, I like both, and I do spend time I have portal trucks and I have straight axle trucks, and I can go back and forth, just driving as much as I can to see those differences. Like the Phoenix. I don't know if I would like the Phoenix on straight axles versus its portal axles. Um, those F10s are just beautifully designed axle, um, and they hit all the right spots. So, yeah. All right, one set of flares down. Oh man, missed some stuff here. I got 10.3s Air 45 straight axle, so I'm much better. Huge portals, but I ain't buying. They said, yeah, the Phoenix. Oh, man, I love the Phoenix a lot. It's just so fun. Indy got a VS14 with 3-gear trans chassis. Gonna let my boys have it and upgrade their rigs. Nah, oh, nice, that works. Brett, howdy, hair's getting long. Yes, it is. We'll be getting a haircut. Hopefully this week or next week before nationals. I just been putting it off because I was gonna get a haircut last month. I was like, then I'd have to cut it again before nationals. So I don't want to waste $12. And plus, apparently, wife kind of likes the long shaggy hair, so we just let it roll every once in a while. And it's been cold, so it's weird. It'll be set this weekend was 75 degrees Saturday and Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today it's just been cold, chilly, and miserable. I don't think the sun came out from Sunday to this afternoon. The sun, I think, finally came out. Like I love my VS410 Origin with 3-gear classic goes everywhere. It does. Sometimes you just can't beat a good old 3-gear and everything. Everything's simple and everything works. Red Rooster, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Blank RC. Now I look at how much I spend on upgrades on the Axio or any of the others, and I haven't touched my Origin, which I got new. Yeah, and that's those upgrades. So honestly, yeah, like when I built my Pro or the Ultra, when it's said and done, you're like, it's done. You can change on a few things here and there, but you don't have to. You don't have to change out or upgrade anything. They work and do great the way they are. But like I said, yeah, you get an RTR and you upgrade everything on it, you easily get right there to the cost of a nice Vanquish kit, and it's still going to probably be a little lower quality. Indy, 2 weeks from tomorrow, leave the house about 4ish and be there about 6. Just hope this rainy weather gets out of here by then. Yeah, well, there was a tornado down that way last week is what I was hearing, so that's going to be exciting. We're going to head out Wednesday night, super early Thursday morning, so hopefully be there early afternoon Thursday. Get checked in the hotel, unload stuff, and then at least myself, I will be heading up into the area, try to get all the trucks teched, make sure everything's good, make sure my sister and brother-in-law, make sure they're teched and good. And then ready to rock and roll. Concourse, I think, is Thursday night, so that'll be exciting. I mean, not that I have anything really concourse worthy, but they'll go in it just for fun. Aside from adding stuff like a servo winch, but I need new bumpers, need a fairlift. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's stuff like that. Totally understood that. Customer C, wish I could make it at Scale National. I mean, I've tried for a year or two now, and it's just this year everything happened to line up just right. I was able to get tickets and everything else going, so this will be fun. Super excited for it. Also got the rest of the year basically lined out. King of Missouri is going to be the last weekend of August, so be there again for that at Flat Nasty Off-Road Park. And then October, Crawlapalooza. Got my cabin everything set up for Crawlpalooza. So we're set and ready for the end of the year too. I got the Origin U's. Yeah, I think there's one local guy. He has an Origin here, but he'll never let go of it. So that's one thing. I've seen a couple pop up, but usually the ones that pop up, they're like fully done. Like I wouldn't mind even just a beat up one, no electronics and stuff like that. But even those just don't pop up very much. Matt, what's up? I'm just here working on trucks. Yes, we're getting those last 2 scale points on the truck. That is what we are doing tonight. Where we are, we get a lot of wind, tons of rain. So there were 6 inches in a matter of hours. Gosh, dang. Yeah, I hope that clears up. But I mean, regardless, we're driving. I will have plenty of tires to choose from. I have some tires that do better in wet than others. Let's rock and roll. Jordan, super late. Forgot it was Thursday. Oh, it's all good. Thanks for joining. That's honestly part of the reason there was no live stream last week. I got home, sitting there chilling. Me and the kiddo were watching Spider-Man, and I was like, it's Thursday night. I guess I'm not doing a live stream tonight because I totally forgot. Which is okay because I didn't have much going on. I've been waiting on parts. The weather's been kind of down, so it's worked out pretty good here. Okay, so we'll start right here. Okay. And actually, messed up. That needs to be like that. That needs to be like that. Can't wait to try out trenchers on my C2. You'll like them. Trenchers are a good tire for sure. I've ran them a lot. I did enjoy them. I prefer the G8 trenchers over the Predator. That is what's on the Kiddos Class 3 right now are some G8 trenchers. He'll get to get some good runs with that this weekend at the comp and everything. So hopefully all will be good there. Have just another good time. Super excited to get get the comp and stuff going. Now, if you are in like some natural terrain, stuff like that, the trencher can fill up with some debris. So just be wary of that. Yeah, it can clog up pretty easy on the trencher. Other than that, said I enjoyed them a lot. I had no issues with them, so I just really hooked on the J Concepts tires. They've just been doing really well. So that's where we're at there. Mine was beat up a little. Blind Garcia, mine was beat up a little bit. Still runs perfect electronics. But body was all in great shape. Really, the axles were just beat up, scraped, black axles. Oh yeah, scale weathering, black Sharpie. I'm not gonna lie, I've done black Sharpie on these axles before, just for a little bit. But you know, it works. It's only dumb if it doesn't work. That's what I was always told. Fuck Danny Flex seal them suckers. Well, I think we've probably all watched that video with the Flex Seal. Um, 10 of 10 would not recommend. Raymond, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Yes, Class 1's coming along very, very good there. Looks good, man. Looks very good. Bucked in. Do I like the ruptures? I have never ran the ruptures myself. I've seen them run. We have a couple local guys that do run them on like the cheater trucks or stuff like that. Or just, an overall go out and just crawl, crawl, crawl. And they like them. But I've never ran them because I do comp and they're not a legal tire. So I don't run them. And that's honestly the only reason I haven't ran them. Yeah, that's the only reason I haven't ran them. It's because I do comp and stuff, so I don't want to like get used to or start to really like and enjoy a tire that I can't run. So but other than that, like if I were to just do some, I mean, definitely good tire. They obviously work really good. People really, really like them a lot, and they're bigger. They're like 4.9, which honestly I think is probably a very, very almost perfect size tire for sure. Um, just a hair over your normal 4.75, but just under like massive 2.2 size. So I like the size a lot. Um, but maybe I should just try some. I'm pretty sure Hobbytown has some. So pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure our local Hobbytown has some in stock. I probably should just pick some up sometime just to have some, maybe. Probably not a terrible idea. Now, this is the fun part because my winch is in the way. Well, that didn't work. Okay, let's try this again. So if I didn't make that one bigger, just maybe that whole thing. And call it a day. Customer secrets. Would you do just styrene for the tailgate for C1 or the tailgate just bobbed? Whatever you prefer. Currently, it is legal to not have a tailgate. When I bought mine, I did put a piece of styrene. I wanted something. I didn't want it completely open and exposed like that. So I did put styrene over my tailgate after I bobbed it. So again, that could just be personal preference. I think it looks better with at least something there. So that's how I would do it personally. Shark beaching. Every once in a while, I have some good ideas. I like my Pitbull Rock Beast and the Proline Cam3 Mud Terrain. The Cam3 Mud Terrain is I would say it's a sleeper tire. It was one of the first Proline tires I used, and I liked it a lot. It was a really good tire. Just that'll actually work. Everything about it, like Liked it a ton. It works good. It does clean out if it does get debris and stuff on it, so that's always a plus there, obviously. Arts and crafts, ladies and gents. Arts and crafts. There we go. Buck Danny, wonder if there'll be any vendors at Scale Nest. Yes, there will be. From my understanding, yes. There's also going to be a food truck too, which is super awesome because we will still bring food and stuff like that. But a lot of times in the action and just having fun, I forget to eat, and then I get blood sugar and everything else drops really low. I get very hangry, so there will be a food truck on standby. So I am super excited about that. Probably way more than I honestly probably should be, but super happy about the food truck. Black RC, I'm up in West Coast Canada. Wet a lot here. I have mini tires I want to try. That will, yes. And that's one thing. Like I do like and enjoy just trying different tires and stuff like that too. So I just like trying new things. These Tusks and the Hunk tires, I tell you, they have surprised me. I am super happy with the way these tires have just really performed overall, stuff like that. Just been having great luck and experience with the tires. So hopefully everything, stays running good and stuff like that. And we're good to go. Matt, no, I have not fixed the Class 3 yet. The axle has not arrived. Was supposed to be, it may still turn around. Supposed to be delivered Thursday or Friday, this Thursday or Friday, which would be fine. Put the axle in Friday night, ready to rock and roll. Now it shows to be delivered on Saturday, which we will already be. You are going, right? You and Mike are riding together for Oklahoma. I'm excited. It's going to be a fun time. And I didn't get to go last time, so you guys all got to go without me. Raymond, just waiting bumpers and roof rack roll bar from Bitmill. Nice. Great options there. That is what I have on mine, on my Class 1 for the front bumper. Customer see what roll bar do I have for Class 1? Actually, mine is not a fancy one. I would like to get a custom one. Hey, Justin, if you're watching, you want to make a roll bar for Hilux? But custom is an option. Bit Metal Fab makes a ton of great options and stuff for it. I use them. Theron has all of them on his trucks, so great work, great quality, stuff like that. Local guy here, Justin's been knocking out a lot of stuff for us. I needed some bumpers, stuff done for the trucks. He got everything knocked out. We're super excited about those. He did a great job on all that. My clearance is on point. I'm super excited. There we go. Okay. So. This is the Lazy inner fender install. But it works. And that's all we needed to do is work. It to count for points. Oh yeah, you didn't get to go last year either. We were probably the only ones that didn't get to go. But so fortunately, they don't have to look pretty. I accidentally drew on that one, but it'll be fine. But that is inner fenders for class 3. It works. Points are points. And class 3 is officially pointed out. So if I can find all my body clips, we will be really set. And I mean, not super pretty, but they do their job. All they have to do is cover that inside gap area, and we're good. So, with that being said, I can officially add 2 pairs of fenders. So, 3, 5, -7. So, -50 officially for class 3. Only took, see, I've been meaning to do those since like the class 3 video, so about a month. But it's done, finally. Sean, how's it going? All right, guys, just ordered 3-inch 2-bar bumpers from IRC. Only problem is now I want the ecto sliders, single bar rear bumper, possibly roof rack. My wife is gonna be happy. Hey, I mean, sometimes you just forget what you added to your cart. I mean, I get a lot of things that I'm like, what did I even order? I forgot to order lots of stuff. But, it is okay. But at least the prices aren't bad. Stuff's been, I said, prices are on those have always been really good. And the single bar rear bumper, I do like it as well. I mean, it's simple, gets the job done. So, I mean, maybe some zip ties and hold the axle together if needed on Saturday. Call it a day. Ooh, I'll stab myself with my own scissors. So, 1, 2, and 3 scale sheets. We are going to put these right there, so they'll get lost probably. Blanker, see, I'm struggling to pick a front bumper from Origin. Really just need a Fairlead. Doesn't the Ripper bumper have that bolt-on Fairlead option? Or, full width or just small. I mean, if you want metal, there are a few options, but if you're just looking for plastic and a Fairlead, pick up the Phoenix bumper. That thing is small and it has a Fairlead and everything else too. Matt, what axle housing did I get for it? It's Air 45 Portal. I ordered an axle, but I wasn't paying attention, and I legit ordered a rear axle for my rear steering. So I have an extra one of those, but I already ordered a Capra steering axle and an Air 45 steering axle. So they said they were supposed to. I paid for the express shipping to make sure they're here Thursday or Friday. And apparently something in California happened and everything's delayed. so won't be here till Saturday. Sean, oh, their pricing is really affordable. Yes, they are. I said, been using it tons. Anyone use the DSM recovery straps, like just the straps themselves? Yes, I do have several of them floating around here. Um, I would just have them on there for like scale and stuff like that. I don't comp with those because I use my actual winch for that. But for just like trail trucks or just cruising with everybody, yes, I used them. They're pretty good. I haven't used the self recovery ones, but another couple local guys have used them. I think Matt used them for a while, and he seemed to really like it a lot. So, and they did work pretty well. It's just a comp situation. You need an actual winch. Hound Stuff, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Raymond, do you get points for lights? Yes, they have to work at the tech table. 2 headlights, 2 taillights for -2 points functional. So yes, and they do. You don't have to have them on during the run, but you do have to prove that they do work at the tech table. So, and it has to be 2 and 2 for the full points. Thought you might get a super chat. I'm after nationals when class 3 is rebuilt, Matt. It will be getting new things all around. It'll be getting probably lots of new things. There are several things coming, but for just to get through nationals, I'm not changing anything else out. I know how it does now, so we're just going to let it roll. But after nationals, yes, it will get rebuilt for a true 2-2 class 3 truck. Customers, are the DSM winch a scale point? The recovery strap or like the straps like this can get a functional scale point for them. As far as it counting for an actual winch, no, it does not count as a scale winch. The scale winch has to be powered on its own. And so yeah, it would count as a functional point, but not as a winch point. Or you could probably, if you have too many functional, you could always count as a non-functional. But also when it comes to comping, like here, we count them as a touch. We do not, unless it's for our RTR class, then we let them go as just being a normal winch. But for comping, if you use one of the for comping, like if we're running a comp and you use one of the bungees, it is a touch instead of your normal 3 points for a winch. We count this as a touch because there's too much things that can happen, stuff like that. Yeah. If you're just looking for an extra skill point, yes, you can put this on. This would be a functional point for strap. Blind guy, fair point. The Phoenix could work well. I wouldn't mind a bolt-on frame bumper. My Origin has 2 bolt holes for the fairlead. I think 2 are there. Do I find a fairlead? Do I build a new one? Issues we have as builders. Yes, it's always something. It's like, well, if I do this, but if I just do this, the possibilities are endless. Speaking of VS410s, so probably saw I did post on a few of the pages and Instagram. I did get the VS410 kind of back together. This was my original VS410 Pro. It had the 4Runner body on it. I used it for class 0 and stuff like that. Then I kind of stripped everything down, parted ways, axles, VFD, and stuff like that. Well, I had since locally reacquired all of my old pieces. I have my old VFD. I have my VS410 axle. So decided to put the VS410 back together, and I wanted to do another hot rod build, kind of similar to how I had the SSD Trail King. So wanted to do another one. I was like, you know what? With the VS410, there are plenty of options available. The Fuel cell back here, IERC, PS410 drop-in bed. Everything just kind of fit together perfectly. This is an excess, monster of a motor there, but even that 3D part engine there works really good, and the VFD comes right through. Everything just kind of came out spot on for this build. Actually finished it Sunday morning on the tailgate of the truck. Put the transmission in, put the drive shafts in, bound everything up, did a quick programming with the card, and took it out and played. So I finished it Sunday morning after I did my Class 2 comp run. So actually working on a video for this one. I do have a few more pieces for it coming. They might actually beat the parts I actually truly needed to get here in time. Customer C, trying to decide on a winch for my Class 1 and 3. Lots of good winch options out there. You want a strong winch, and you want a winch with some speed. Now there can be winches that are too fast for people. Like I have the Ninja winches, and they are a very fast winch. And I've had people drive the trucks and run them, and the winch is too fast for them to control. It takes a lot of working with that winch and its speed. And there are happy mediums, other fast winches out there, like Tanner mentioned there, the Three Brothers Overlander winch, super strong. It's got a controllable speed, stuff like that. Now it depends on also if it's like budget and stuff like that. Like depends on what your winch situation is in your Class 2. You can swap winches between events. That's what I'm going to do at Nationals for Class 2. My sister's winch in her truck isn't exactly, she wants a faster winch, so she's not doing Class 1, she's doing 2 and 3, and then I'm doing 1, 2, and 3, and Jake, he's doing 1 and 2. So she's not doing anything Class 1, so after I finish day 1 Class 1, we're going to take my Ninja winch out of my Class 1, put in her Class 2, that way she can run it and be good to go. We'd swap to her Capra, but the Capra, she only has the micro winch in there anyway, so my winch won't fit. Also do have the Three Brothers, the tuning discs for the anti-foams. They're just a big disc that goes either on the inside or the outside of the tire for wider wheels and wider tires. So we'll see how they fit. Actually, I don't think I'm going to be able to use them on either of the wheels that I will be using at Nationals. The 310s here and the super shafted wheels are a narrower style wheel, which is super nice for the company. I like the narrow wheel, but I'm going to be stuffing a lot of stuff in there, so it would need like a wider wheel like the 105s. And I'm not running a wide wheel on those specifically. So, but either way, I'm excited for those to get here. I actually need to get a couple more sets of them ordered. I did order another Overlander winch for this as well, because that's just a perfect winch for just a setup like this. Other than that, yeah, do a video coming here soon over each of the trucks, 1, 2, 3, and the Rift, because the Rift will be going and competing at Nationals. Just a full breakdown over. So, I mean, if you've already seen the breakdowns and stuff like that, not a video you necessarily have to tune into. But if you are newer to the channel and haven't seen through or watched some of the breakdowns, check that out. So I'll go through each. I don't know if I'm going to do all of them in a single video. I might. Or we'll do 1 and 2 and then 3 in the Rift. So get a video, break down all those, how they set. I said this weekend, Saturday, get done comping in Oklahoma, and barring nothing breaks or I have to fix anything else, they will all stay on the shelf for the next 2 weeks and head to Nationals on that nice long haul. Luckily, the RAV4 kind of drives itself between the radar cruise, lane keep assist, and everything else. I mean, it really just it is as close to driving itself as it can be. Actually, I might take that Saturday to Oklahoma because let's see. I mean, even though it's not a far drive here, and a truck that gets 10 miles to the gallon, it turns from an okay trip to about a $200 trip, or okay comp to a $200 comp real quick. Customer C, I have Overland winch C2, get about 10-20 minutes. Speed up class, you can get to speed up the Overlander. I'm on 3S, it seems slow. Yeah. Now, I don't know what the rest of your electronics are, but when I run the Overlander in comping, I did run mine on 4S. It does speed up a little bit. I think 4S is a good speed for the Overlander winch, but if the rest of your stuff can't handle it, obviously don't. Or you can always run a separate battery for the winch as well, since it's direct power. That's an easy option. Hound stuff, yes. Rift action, yes. It's getting there. It's close to nationals, and the Rift is at the point in its power that it can very easily potentially break something taking it out. So we're just going to kind of save it. I'm going to do a quick little run through, make sure everything's good, and then we're ready to rock and roll. Theron, tech starts at 7. Tech starts at 7. Comp starts at 9. I would like to try to get there between 7-7:30 because I need to talk to Cole when I get there. He's going to be there early part of it, but he has to leave. But I want to get there early and talk to Cole. If not, Mick will be there, so I could talk to him too. So I want to look at that thing. So we would need to leave here 5:30. I'm probably fine with that. I mean, I make it like a 2-hour drive, so it should be fine. I figure you just wife will work, but I'll park in the main driveway, load stuff up, and then you and Jake can park in the other 2 driveways and call it good. Bounce stuff. Anyone here do a custom bouncer like metal chassis from someone like Killer RC Performance? I haven't done a quality metal chassis. No, I have not. I want to. That is the next thing that I do want to do for the Rift. Just some things happened. Got busy here. I got behind on stuff, so I did not end up getting the Rift sent, but it may stay there for a while or stay with someone there to get some stuff built when it's all said and done. But that is the next thing I do want to do for my Rift is a full metal chassis, because for the RC bouncing, there's plastic chassis class and metal chassis class. So either one. So I will be in the plastic one for now and see where that goes. I'll have the bomber there too, because you don't have to have a Skill Nationals ticket for the RC deal. So as long as you're there, you're good. And I asked them, since the wife's obviously not doing anything and she's chilling, I was like, I'll have the bomber. I'll just let her drive the bomber and go. She just likes to send stuff. Like, we can go on just a small cruise and just walking pace downtown on the sidewalks, and I will have broken RC cars. Yes, she gets to keep the cup. Zero Lock. Just wondering if you were going to make it down here this weekend. Looking forward to it. May not be able to compete, but I will. Yes, Oklahoma. Yes, I will be there. There's, let's see, Matt, Mike. I think there's 7 to 10 of us coming down from Wichita this weekend. So yes, I will be there. We will be there, have a good time. I'd be super excited to meet everybody. And I missed the last event down there, so really excited to get down there. So yes, I will be there. I will see you bright and early Saturday morning. May not be able to compete, but I will be there. What's stopping you? Do you truck or just not feeling it or something like that? It's not a truck. I mean, I I I don't know if I have an extra one that I actually do really good, but customer RC. I have a micro Mamba Micro and a 1500 Yellow Jack and G14. Thought about trying the on one of the silent ESCs, so I can reinforce. Yeah, I mean, if you get your only thing stopping you from running 4S there is that ESC. So yeah, the silent ESCs that everyone's been popping out. Most of them, everything that I've seen, are 4S capable. But the ESC that I'm ready for is the Mamba Micro X2. That is a 4S ESC. So that ESC is going to change a lot of things, and I will probably start stepping up some power just because for the way 4S, all these servos, everything now, all the servos are power hungry. Most of these servos, the high power servos now are 3S, obviously 3S, 4S, even 6S capable. The G14 is a 6S capable servo, so they are power hungry. So running 4S gets even more out of the servos than running 3S, and then like the control, like the axis motor on 4S, the 1600 and 2500, they are so smooth, and the control on 4S is ridiculous to say the least. Hound Substance Awesome, didn't realize it was a different class. Yeah, I didn't either. I haven't done much. The only I've done first time actually doing any type of bouncer hill climb stuff was last year in August at the King, Missouri. I got the Rift, and then I did it again at Crawlapalooza. The Rift ended like 6 feet up in a tree at Crawlapalooza somehow. My sister was driving. It was ridiculous and hilarious. But I'm still new to it, but I do want to get more into that. And we're going to try as soon as Nationals is over. Local, lots of us have been kind of busy, but I feel like I've been slacking too on getting some larger events and stuff rolling locally. I've just been focused on Nationals. But once Nationals is over, you should start seeing some more local stuff. I want to get some TTC stuff going local. Theron has a Wraith that we can destroy now in TTC. So, and you can hill climb with that too, Theron. I don't like Dungeon Rapper. Zero Lock. Crawler isn't set up for Class 2. I was trying to get my Ecto set up. Work is coming from putting in the time it needs to get set up legally. What's missing legally from the Ecto? I mean, honestly, I'd throw a winch in it and let it roll. I mean, it is narrow, but honestly, I think it would be good to roll. I mean, Jake's been crawling with his Ecto a lot, and that thing puts in work. I mean, just like the Gatekeeper. Honestly, without the cage, the Gatekeeper does wonders. And yes, Gatekeeper is axleless because I stole the Pro axles for the Pro, but it'll get some new stuff. But yeah, honestly, what keeps the? I mean, they ran Ecto. I've seen Ecto in other Sorka events with no issues. So I don't know. What's missing to make it legal? Other than just throwing a winch in, I just throw a winch in it and let it roll. That's what I would do. Xavier's RC, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. All good here. Customer RC, I seen that, but didn't know if it would run my C2 and C3 or C1. What were we talking about? Oh, the new Mamba X, that one. Xavier, Gen 7 Pro started to smoke for the motor, but I burned out my receiver, so they're sending me a new one. I have a replacement motor for it too. Dang. Yeah, I had a smoky incident last weekend myself. It was my fault. I was changing out hubs and things and wasn't paying attention, and I had stuff completely bound up. And the motor had the power to overcome the bind, but did not like it. And in the end, it happened. Customer said last time I had a bouncer, I had a Breast 35T motor in it. If I did another one, think of my X Monster with the 3300 kV Kratos or the Axis on Forest. Yes, for sure. The Rift has a 3800 kV Kratos 6 in it with a Mamba X. I've ran it on 4S. The 3800 is not a 4S motor. It is very, very powerful. But I have ran it on 4S and it gets nasty. Real quick, my TTC, the 22 Wraith, that has the 3300 Axis on it, and that is also quite monstrous. So either one of them, I am more than comfortable putting in any type of hill climb or event, something like that. Yeah, the new Mamba Micro X, it'll run just anything that they already do. And so that's going to go in all of mine because the Mamba X, as long as it's like the current one, obviously, I'm pretty sure I read it, and run brushed or brushless. It's censored. And make sure, because if people do start to look for those, again, not just the ESC, there are two different ones, just like before. There's one with a 3.5 millimeter bullet plugs and one with 4 millimeter bullets. For our crawlers and stuff like that, you want the one with 4 millimeter bullets to plug in for motors and stuff like that. Forest capable, censored, all the new stuff. I think it's gonna be super excited. I know lots of people are worried with a new ESC comparing to all the issues that the Copperhead had, but honestly, I think they're good there. I haven't seen any. I think they got the software and stuff fixed for the Copperhead, so those issues I've seen declining a lot there, and they probably obviously took that into account when dropping out a new SC. So I think we'll be good to go. Yeah, Xavier, it happens. It is part of it. Zero Lock, never done a comp, and I was trying to get as many scale points as possible, but only managed to finish a foam interior. Less steering wheel, figured the lack of scale points would be bad. Double check on the page. But last I checked, talking with Steve on there and stuff, Class 1 will be full points. I think that's just decided. Class 1 will be full points for Class 1. Class 2, and if there's enough for a Class 3, I think the general consensus is just kind of a run what you brung type of deal. They must fit the build rules for sure. They need to fit the build rules, but as far as points, I don't think points will be in account because several of us were talking like my kid comps, several others their kids comp. Now we have comp trucks for them, but like his events, he doesn't go to like scale nationals and big Sorka events. So for like crawl plus stuff like that, it just has to have a few scale items on there. So his are pretty bare bones when it comes to points. So that's what several of us were talking about. It's like, well, if our kids comp, with no points, it doesn't necessarily like defeat them. Like they can drive the truck and they can have good runs, but a truck with 10 scale points versus a truck with 50 scale points, obviously it's not going to look good on the scoreboard. So I think that has been the general consensus. Now, all of mine, I already talked to Tom, and then all three of mine, if I do run all three, all of mine are pointed out anyway because I need to drive them the way they're going to be for nationals. So I think he said 5 to open a class because it was just supposed to be class 1 and 2, and then they mentioned 3. So we'll see how that goes. I may just bring the Wraith and do a class 3 in the Wraith. Theron, are you still up and watching? I need a 4 or 5 channel receiver for the Wraith so I can run a winch, and then I'll just drive the Wraith in class 3. But yeah, double check that on there. But yeah, last I checked, I'm pretty sure it was general consensus. You're just sitting there and like stuff starts to fall, and you heard something fall, but you see nothing that moved, and you're pretty sure your house is haunted. Kind of like that. Yeah, I'm thinking I heard like something fell and moved right there, and there's nothing out of place. Customer secret might try the new uh, Mamba micro for C2 and 3, so I can do Forest, and then one of those Mamba micros I had, so I can do brushless for class 1. Yeah, I mean, like I said, do you run? Are you brushed in 2 and 3 and brushless in 1? I mean, that ESC will do both. So brushed or brushless. Like my class 1 temporarily is brushed, and I still have my Mamba micro X in there. So yes. But zero lock, yeah, should be fun. I'm excited. I need to check on there myself just to check those last few things. Oh my goodness, I've missed all kinds of things on here. Oh my goodness. I think I'll get the Mamba X2 for my class 1. Oh yeah, there you go. Like I said, yeah, I'm definitely. I don't think they've officially dropped it or Castle. You can purchase on Castle like pre-order. I need to just do it. Because yes, that will go all 3 of those just for that forest ability, and then I will. So my winch is 3S only, so I'll do a BEC, small BEC for the winch in there, and August, I think. Oh, oh, there we go. Hunter Craig here. I just got some Air 45 portals for my G-Speed V3 build. I have a Hobby Wing 2-in-1 Fusion, but I don't think it's going to fit with my ham transmission. What motor should I look at? Dang, I don't remember how that transmission. You're right. I don't think that does. Definitely search. Have you searched the G Speed page for sure, just to make sure no one's done that. But I think you're right. I don't think that will fit. I haven't seen that configuration myself. It'd be really cool if it did. But motor now fit lengthwise or can wise, because the Spectrum 2-in-1, which is just the Fusion, is slightly shorter. So if it's a length issue, I think in one of my videos I mentioned how long it is. The Spectrum 2-in-1, and I've used it. It works really good. Works, I think, almost the exact same as the Fusion. It is shorter, so definitely check that. But if not, you prefer brushed or brushless? Brushed, I mean, Holmes Crawlmaster motors are probably the best, or the Magnums, any of those, and they range affordable, budget from $15 to $150 in that Crawlmaster range. So if you're running brushed, those are the motors that I like, used, and would recommend as far as brushed. Brushless, again, lots of options out there. I drive for Three Brothers RC, so I run Yellow Jackets, Axis motors, or the Kratos motors. So if you're okay, length, drive shaft has about 2 millimeters clearance at that. So that is. Can you angle the length drive shaft? I was thinking link. So the Spectrum one. Is that actually the Spectrum one? If I recall, because the Fusion does not fit in a VFD, but the Spectrum does fit in a VFD. I believe. I think it's 5 or 8 millimeters shorter than the Fusion. I don't have the length handy off the top of my head. I would just ask just a generic question on the page, have someone measure that Spectrum, as I know lots of people have it. Measure that. Actually, I think Spectrum should have it on their website, how long the can is. So if you're looking for all that space saving, like the 2-in-1 combo, I look at the Spectrum one. I said I've used the 2300 kV one, and I liked it a lot. It feels just like the Hobby Wing. I have used several of the 1800 kV Fusions. So super nice for wiring and getting everything tucked in there in clearance. But it is shorter, so that might be just enough clearance that you're looking for there. But other than that, might look at like I said, brushed motors, one of the Crawlmasters, or brushless. If you're looking for space, you probably want one of the stubby motors, or an Outrunner, Yellow Jacket, Revolver, something like that. Exhibitors, was wondering how or what caused it to go at. I was on flat ground too. That was a stock motor, wasn't it, on the Red Cat? Fortunately, it was probably just the stock motor. I never cleaned my motors out after runs. Now, granted, most of mine are sealed cans actually now, but also brushless. But the stock electronics, especially on that one, I've had. I think when I had Gen 7 or Gen 8, they did not last but a couple runs before they went out. I always instantly swapped them right out with those. I always stayed brushed and stuff like that. So I immediately swapped them out with like a Holmes Crawlmaster Sport or something like that. That's Greg. Sweet. Check that out. No problem, man. I hope that works. Like I said, if you're just that little more clearance, definitely look, and you want it that 2-in-1. That Spectrum, maybe money. Exactly what you're looking for there. Raymond used the snub nose 2500 revolver. There you go. And again, that's a small, powerful, compact motor design there too. Okay. Sweet. I'll look at them after we get done moving. Sounds good. I said, and those motors, like the Crawlmaster Sports, stuff like that, they're like 15, $20. Perfect motor replacement for any brushed RTR for sure. Definitely better quality. Except one of them, I believe it's that Red Cat, the Marksman, comes with that motor already. So other than that specific RTR one, other than that one, stock RTR brush motors generally live on borrowed time for the most part. But anyways, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to go watch Halo because I've been waiting all day for that one. But anyway, as always, everyone, thanks for tuning in. As always, much appreciated. Always like hanging out, talk with everyone, see what everyone's up to. For some of you, Oklahoma, I will probably see you this weekend, and for several others, we'll be seeing you in a couple weeks for sure. Should be good. I think we'll do one more. Let me just double check the calendar here. Next week, yes, I will do one more. Should be good for a live stream next week. But then that next week after that will be Nationals. So we'll see and play that one by ear. May go live at Nationals. Who knows? Indy, you want to go live with me at Nationals? We can talk and hang out. But anyway, in the meantime, everyone have a great one and crawl on. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.